and here we will use OpenAI GPT-4 or Mini for the demo purpose. And the end goal is to build a system where end user will add the name of particular person and will fetch those details, and the details will fetch it from the knowledge graph Neo4j and uh, and then LinkedIn, and they combine both messages and responses back to here only. So what are the different components involved here? We will see it. So user will enter that name of the particular person, and it will go to that Nifi, and we have configured the Nifi list HTTP. So here user will post that message, and then a Kafka is configured. If there is any message comes in here, so it will then publish that message on the Kafka topic. So there is one Kafka consumer which continuously, continuously checking that topic, if there is any message, it then call the API. Inside the API, we trigger the flow. This is the agentic flow where we have two tools. One tool is basically fetching the details from LinkedIn. Another tool is fetching those details from the Neo4j knowledge graph, and then combine it and create a new message and send it to that another topic. In the Nifi, we have one consumers, which basically, if there is any message on the particular topic, it goes it will then there is a SignalR. If there is any topic, it's a subscriber for that particular this process, which we have configured in the Nifi. If there is any message, then it broadcasts, and the broadcast we can see it on the UI level, as well as parallelly it will call to that API. We have configured that in a such a way that it will call to that API. Actually, let me change this design a little bit. Pardon me. It's really a challenging task. Yeah. So SignalR, if there is any message on this topic, which is published by this flow, agentic flow, it will then broadcast to the UI. And there is another consumer which will call the API, and it will send the save the data in the Postgres database so that we can later use. And we will minimize later. We will also try to minimize that using the Redis cache so that we can cache the data and to minimize that OpenAI call. So to reduce the LLM calls and all. So we'll see it. Let's move on to the UI part. How exactly it will work. So user will enter. So let's first go into that before going to click and check that. So we'll see it on this is the Neo4j where there are two levels we have. One is a person level and one other is company, and both are related. Chandan works for this tech corp, which we already saved here. So we can see it. Okay, and see this. Let me remove this so that we can understand the knowledge graph nodes and all. So okay, run it. Sorry. issue. Oh, it's my mistake. It should be P only. Yeah, so you can see it here. So Chandan is work for Tech Corp. Charlie knows Bob. Chandan knows Bob. So right now we are trying to fetch the details that Chandan work for which company. Okay, and in the database we do not have any such records here in the Postgres. And on the LinkedIn, let me see LinkedIn profile. So here is my profile. So it will fetch the name and all, and then we'll display that records here. So we'll see it together how behind the scene is actually working. So let me click on get details. We will see it here. So yeah, you can see Neo4 generate the query. So the query is generated by the system. We'll see it. So this is the query that is generated by this, and you can see the response that we are getting. So this is the one of the tool that we have created to fetch the details from the Neo4j, and this is the another tool, LinkedIn profile agents. So there are some tokens that I have added it here, so to get the details from my profile, and we have details like email, name, and this profile picture and all. Now the system is trying to combine it, and yes, it's trying to publish that message. So yeah, it's published. So we can see it. It's published this message on the Kafka topic. So we can see on the topic as well here. So this is the first topic where the user requested. So with the name Chandan, right? And this is the topic where the system generate the message and send it to this topic. So you can see it. This is the message. Is generated by the tools, by the Agentic system, and it generates all these messages by combining the JSON objects from the both system and paste it here, send it here. Sorry, and we can see. Okay, so here we can see there is a one issue, and we will try to resolve. And the issue is basically with the name and not with the name, with let me see. Yeah, here we have records. So let's see what is the exact issue, why it's not displaying the image. JSON viewer format. So inside the knowledge graph, LinkedIn profile, name, email, location. Yeah, it's under person, and then company, knowledge graph. Really, it should show, right? Let me see. Why it's not displaying. Profile picture. We already have it here. Profile pictures. Profile. This one is profile picture. Okay. So what is happening when that sometimes LinkedIn send that response in the different properties. So that's why we have configured it in such a way. Sometimes it's sent in the profile picture, sometimes underscore profile picture, sometimes in the pictures only. So this time it's correct. LinkedIn profile and then profile picture only. Correct. What is that issue? LinkedIn profile underscore picture data in profile. Yes. So let me try once again. What is the issue? Let me try to comment it out to avoid any such error. Let's see whether we have any error on the console. Yeah, there is some error I can see. Oh, we can see the profile picture is also here. Inside the data itself only we have, and we have already used it. The same coding pattern we are using. Let me comment this section and let's try once again. Data, LinkedIn profile, profile pictures. Correct. Let's see. So I have used Aspire for orchestrations. So it's very easy to handle that all the APIs and the UI system is working together. So let me go, and this time let me click it here, get details. Let's move to this topic. Yeah, this is the third request that we are getting it here. Let's see here. Yeah, we received that response. Now it's going to the LinkedIn. Paste these details. Now this time we are getting in the picture. See, so every time we will get the different uh, properties from the LinkedIn. So we'll have to handle. So this is only for the testing purpose. So yeah, now we are getting the success response. Yes, now you can see the email, my name as well, and you can see it here as well. Let me show you this. Again, this is generating the same query which we have written also, right? And let's see the data in the database. Yeah, we have the data in the database as well. The same response we already have. So the flow that we have discussed, let me go here. Yes. So whenever we will publish that message on the Kafka int pub, this one, then internally there is a SignalR hub we have configured, which continuously monitoring that topic, and if there is any message, then it broadcast, and we broadcasting on the URL. And we have a Kafka consumers as well, from where we are sending that request uh, to that API to save the data in the database. Where we are doing it? Sure. So here we are passing that request to connect with the database, and we are sending that, saving those records in the database. And where we have configured in the Nifi system, we'll see. So here the consumers of the Kafka system and the API that we have exposed, we have configured it here. See, weather forecast, post request, okay, application JSON, and okay, and you can see it here as well. This is the Kafka where Kafka is actually hosted, ecosystem is running, and this is the topic from where we are fetching these details, and this is the group ID for which actually the system is working. So we set that request here on the recent HTTP from the UI, then it published to that Kafka topic, and the topic is this one, Kafka int Nifi int. We can see it here. Let me show you. Kafka Nifi int, okay, and then it published to that particular topic, and the topic name is this, yes, this one, okay. So we can see this message. So this is the same message that we send it from our UI, and then it will consume by the uh, by consumers and agentic flow. And behind the scene, it's working, combining that message, uh, creating that query on behalf of the user request, and call to the to Neo4j as well as the LinkedIn to get the data. How we have done it, let me show you. So from here, we'll initiate the uh, flow, agentic flow. And let me show you the diagram so that you can visualize. So this is the API which trigger this agentic flow, and and this one is called by we have created in Kafka consumers. From here we are calling this. Okay, so whatever the message, we have created one Kafka consumers. So here on this particular topic, if there will be any message, so the Kafka consumer will work, and then it will call to this endpoints. And this endpoint basically we have created, and it will trigger that the flow. And inside that flow, we have a QI where one is the knowledge graph as a flow, and there is a LinkedIn flow, and then this is the publish flow. So these are the three queue system that we have created to process individually, and how exactly it's working, we'll see. So this part we already discussed, correct? So let's move here. So this is the flow that is triggered by API. This one, the API endpoints we have already triggered, and from there only we are getting all these details, and then calling our knowledge graph. So how exactly it's working? So the first it's started that flow. This is the start of that flow. Then this is the one of the method which trigger, which listen from this flow start, and then internally it will call the knowledge graph queue. And there is another listen method that we have for the LinkedIn. So parallelly it will call both, and then once we will have the response from the knowledge graph as well as the LinkedIn, then it will process to save those into then it will call this another flow, which is basically a publisher flow. So it will go and call this publisher flow. Now the goal of the publisher is basically combining it and send it to that Kafka system. So we'll see. So this is the Kafka publisher tool that we have created also. So the Kafka publisher tool, and the goal of the Kafka publisher tool is to see whatever the message that we are getting it, we are publishing that message. Where we are publishing? On this particular topic. And then once we publish that message on this particular topic, the SignalR and the Kafka consumer will work parallelly. One is to publish that broadcast that message on the UI, and another will save those records in the database. So thank you. I will